Be making a documentary.
What are you gonna make a doc
about that Peter Schickele guy? I've been getting.
You love it,
dude. I've been getting.
You're obsessed with
dude.
it.
I've been getting deep. Did I tell you that we asked? So for people who don't know, because I've been talking about this nonstop.
You have so many projects,
dude. This guy Peter Schickele won the Grammy Award. I talked to a guy this morning who was on the Grammy. Dude, I talked to a guy this morning who was on the Grammy committee.
Okay.
Okay. Like I'm literally like calling people.
Tell
like,
people that.
Okay. So this guy Peter Schickele, he's like a composer. He is an orchestra guy. He went to Juilliard. He won Best Comedy Album at the Grammys in 1990, 1991, 1992, 1993.
Somehow he won the Best Comedy Album 4 times over like Dice Clay.
He beat Dice. He beat Sam Kinison. He beat George
And no
Carlin.
one's ever heard of this guy.
Nobody's ever heard of him. Dude, Dice was at the stand last week, and I go to Joe, our buddy Joe Harari, who's the manager. It was Dice's birthday last Thursday. So I go, can you please go ask him about this guy, Peter Schickele? I'm like, I'm not going to bother him on his birthday.
He's a nobody.
Dude, he goes to ask him about he goes, at first Dice goes, yeah, what? He's like, I'm the biggest comedian in the world. You think the Grammys are going to let me win? Of course not, right? And they go, and then he was like, but do you know who this guy is? He goes, no, I don't know who he is. Nobody knows who he is.
What the hell?
It's the weirdest.
Is this sort of like a Shazam situation? You know what I mean?
Shazam, the movie with Shaq?
No, the thing where they say that we remember something that didn't happen.
Oh no! Like, dude, it's.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, what's Shazam?
You don't know that thing that everyone says on the internet? Remembering a movie that didn't happen?
Shazam?
Oh my god, dude!
Not the. No, I don't know.
Talk about your fucking.
Anyway, so this guy
crush.
is not my man crush, but I'm going to track him down. I talked to a guy who was on the Grammy committee today, and the guy thinks that he thought
Mandela effect.
Oh, Mandela effect. Yeah. He thought that the Grammys was bullshit, and this guy who literally used to be a Grammy voter, but then wrote an article about like the secrecy behind it, and then got booted, which is how he got booted from the Grammy committee for writing this article about how it works.
Shazam, the Sinbad movie that doesn't exist. Thank you very much.
Oh, the Sinbad movie. I thought that was Shaq.
Can't believe you don't.
I thought
know
it was
this.
Shaq.
If you spent a little less time focusing on your boyfriend,
dude, I'm literally like fucking Pepe Sylvia right now with the red strings, being like going nuts about this. But so, anyways, this guy's theory. I talked to him this morning, and he goes, I think what happened is he figured out how to
talk to who this morning?
This guy who used to be a Grammy voter.
Wait, you're talking to him?
Yes, I had a hour-long phone call this morning with
Stop
this
it!
guy. I swear to God.
So that's what you got so deep that now
I'm so deep because everybody who I keep telling about this is they're like, Danny, you have to keep going with this. Like every single person I've asked, and they're like, yeah, this is insane.
So you're gonna go visit him?
Yeah, he lives in New York. No, I didn't talk to Peter Schickele. I talked to the Grammy guy. The guy who used to be on the Grammy committee, who got fired because he's telling me how it works. And he goes, I'm pretty sure that this Peter Schickele dude figured out how to game the Grammys. And he just did it as a big joke to win them.
How do you game them?
Because so essentially the guy goes like, on these categories that aren't the big categories, and I guess comedy falls under that, not that many people are actually voting. It's like this whole anonymous thing. And because he's an actual orchestra musician who like has all these musician friends who are probably in the academy, he could just submit himself and then tell his buddies to go vote for him.
So if he can get like 30 people to vote for him,
kind of like that's the guy goes. He's like, there's way less people.
He knows
who
everyone
vote.
in the academy.
Yeah, and there's hundreds and hundreds of people. So this guy's like, there's way less people who vote for this than you think. So
like
he's
it's like 200.
Yeah, so he's like, honestly, for these categories, because he's like, no, for the best polka album, he's like, nobody actually listens to it. Nobody knows.
Gotcha. It's Weird Al every year,
right? Or whatever. So he's like, I'm pretty sure my guess is that he figured out a way, and he was just doing this as a joke against the Grammys to game the dude. His bio, like if you go to
what did you guys talk about on the phone?
I was just telling. I go, how does this all work? I'm like,
you're sitting there smoking a cigarette, like, where
dude.
do we begin?
I'm telling you, this is driving me
1942.
nuts. It's driving me nuts. And yeah, he's just like,
are you having sex, like, and you're just like mid sex, like, yeah. It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Everybody thinks I'm a lunatic because I'm like, I keep bringing this up.
You brought it up to me 40 times. Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, when Dice goes, the guy who like Dice got nominated one time.
He won 5 years in a row.
No, yeah, this guy won 4 years in a row. Dice was nominated once, was the biggest comedian in the world, and you go, do you know who the guy who beat you at the Grammys was? He goes, never heard of him.
4 years in a row he beat you too.
No, he only beat him 1 year in a row because Dice only got nominated that 1 year. But
he pays attention. We pay attention to who wins the best comedy.
You think that, but every comedy autistic nerd that I've talked to, who's like, everybody's like, I'm a encyclopedia. So far, one person has ever heard of this.
And
guy.
what did he say about him?
He goes, and his thing was, he goes, yeah, I'm a huge classical music guy. That's why.
So you're gonna do a documentary on this guy?
Maybe, yeah. I've been talking to another guy I was talking to. Is this guy David Silverman?
Does it end with you and him getting married?
Maybe. And no, it ends with me tracking him down because he lives in New York. but he's 87 years old. I've emailed him.
If you don't have him, you don't have a documentary.
Of course, right? So that's the whole thing is I got to get to him. But his bio and stuff, if you look at his Twitter bio, it just says like, or Instagram bio, it says composer, musical satirist, something else.
Doesn't
reference the 4 straight Grammys for best comedy album. Like, it's so crazy that he doesn't even talk about it.
Right.
He's like avoiding the whole thing.
Well, why is he avoiding it?
I don't know. Like, why would you not say like, hey, I won 4 Grammys in a row?
What's he hiding? Yeah.
Something is being hidden. I'm telling you, something is going on here.
That is with it.
There's just
that is a good
crazy
documentary to make, because you need to have a little obsession to make these documentaries.
I know, and the fact that he's here, and then our boy Dave from Canada, he made this hilarious fucking like cover of like, it's called Stolen Laughter, and it's his face. And it's
you gotta better stop trashing him if you're trying to get him in your doc.
Well, he's not on the internet.
You don't know, dude. You don't know what he's capable of.
I don't know.
This guy could be capable of anything.
Dude, I don't know. Anyways, that's all I'm gonna talk about it. But
for now. Yeah. We'll see.
Dude, for now, it just boggles my mind that nobody's heard of him.
I've never heard of him.
Nobody has.
Yeah, I feel like the first 2 times you told me too, I was just like, what are you going on about?
Yeah.
Now I sort of get.
Dude, but every person I
so
keep
much.
telling this to, I tell them the story and they go, this is insane.
Right.
Like every person, I went on Revenge of the Cis, I told them all about it. They go, this is crazy.
Yeah, you seem to be pretty into it.
I am.
Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll add some financing in the doc if you actually make it.
Okay.
To make up for the fact that I don't really care that much.
My hope is
I'm having trouble caring about this guy.
My hope is that I don't know. My hope is that he had like some major dirt on like some Grammy.
Well, that's like, maybe what it is. Yeah,
it's a cool story though. If it is,
yeah, he blackmailed someone or something.
Or if he really did it as a joke, as like a fuck you to the Grammys, and they I don't know, pass under the radar 4 years in a row. But it's like he beat Weird Al the year Weird Al sold 2 million copies for that Nirvana album.
Yeah, how many podcasts have you think you talked about this on?
3.
I would say that's about lowballing.
Does my own count?
Yes.
4.
Yeah. He's probably getting up there now. You think he's unknown? How unknown's the guy that only talks about him gonna?
You know what the problem is too? Is I was kind of hoping that I would talk about this and someone would.
Is your chick getting pretty fed up with this?
No, I haven't even really talked to her about it. But
it's becoming almost a problem a little.
You know what the thing is that
you're gonna be going to a therapist.
It is. Yeah.
You're gonna be in the padded walls going on. About
dude,
this
I've been saying that honestly. And the thing I was really hoping for is I would tell this to someone and they just give me the explanation and then I just move on with it.
Because you know people in comedy.
Because we know everybody in comedy, but the problem is everything that everyone tells, it just pushes me further into this is insane.
Well,
because everybody else keeps
everybody
saying
else
insane.
Is sort of like they say, oh, that's crazy, and then they sort of look back and they go, woo. They go, Danny's losing it.
Yeah, he goes, Danny, all right? He's talking about this composer, dude.
This poker guy.
It's like nobody ever heard of him.
This ends with you in padded walls. That's where the doc ends. Know where this ends? This guy and you in padded walls and Peter Schickley as the co-host of the Boyscast.
I fucking hope so, man.
It's me and him, and he'd be like, "Yeah, that guy wouldn't leave me alone, dude." Yeah. I go, I don't know.
It's fucking. The problem is, there's a couple of people who are like, "Yeah, but it's the Grammys, you know."
Okay.
Like the Simpsons guy who I was talking to was like, he sent me.
You got a Simpsons guy?
The director of the Simpsons movie. And
you've been gabbing it up with him about shit?
Yes,
really?
Yeah, because I found a Schickley tweet and he replied to it. So then I messaged him and I clicked on his profile.
What'd you say? What do you say? Like,
this guy followed me already. So then I DM him and he's like an OG animator of The Simpsons from 1987. Like he's like,
and you said, hey, what's going on?
I go,
with
hey,
this
what's the
Schickley
deal
guy?
with this guy? You know him? And he goes, I go, how did he win 4 Grammys? He's like, honestly, I don't know.
I don't know either.
And he goes, yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't know. He's
sworn to secrecy.
Something going on.
Hollywood's secrets.
Something going on. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say. Said too much.
Well, speaking of comedy in Toronto, if you're in Toronto, October 15th, our boy Paul Thompson is doing his first comedy special.
Yeah.
It's going to be super fun. Paul Thompson is paulthompsonfineart.com, so you can get tickets there. We're shouting that puppy out. So yeah, there's only like 30 tickets left. So go, and like some of our other super funny friends are going to be on there. But
yeah, highly recommend.